Very good evening, folks. Hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone's having a fabulous Monday evening. I said I'd pop on, have a quick chat, which is for maybe a half an hour, You know, um, just looking at all the videos today from the team that we played yesterday. Their fans are losing it. But you know what? It is men versus boys at the moment because we're doing really well. We've had a fantastic start, to the season, going into the international break, 5 points clear. It's just getting better and better as a Celtic fan. And what can you say? What can you say? It's just comedy central. Comedy central. But you know what? The way we performed yesterday, still buzzing. Same here. I'm still buzzing as well. Bit hungover. Done Celtic Park today. Done the stadium tour today. Rough as toast doing it, but it's always good to get to paradise. And yeah, I wish I was there yet. I wish I was there yesterday, but unbelievable performance. Conor McGregor was absolutely outstanding yesterday. Bernardo battled quite well. That Kyogo goal, the one that was chopped offside, should have been a goal. But there's a whole persona from Graham Souness on Talk Sport that talking about stats and talking about there's not much of a big gap. Do you think Celtic has more players down the pipeline? I'm sure they're always looking at scouting and players and looking at players from different leagues. But at the moment, I think looking at the bench, you see that bench yesterday quite strong. It's good to see Luke McCown come on as well, and Ingles come on as well. To see them players coming on and getting the taste of a Glasgow derby. But thanks very much. Really appreciate it. It's been a nice birthday. I've had a really decent, good day today. Besides getting bleeding soaked, walking up from Dalmarnock to Celtic Park. But strolling around the place with a big soaking jacket on. But good. It's Meltdown Monday. I didn't watch the Super Scoreboard. I was actually sleeping. But I've seen clips of it, and I've seen clips of them absolutely going mad outside Ibrox and fans going for Tavernier and Philly Clermont going on about the biggest victory that they've done, the biggest victory they've had in 4 years, beating Ross County last week. The open bus parade. They're still celebrating the 3-3 draw against us last season. Brendan Rodgers, this is a friend of mine's page, Gaz, the Celtic Appreciation page. Good stat. So 19 wins, 19 games, 15 wins, 3 draws, 1 loss for Brendan Rodgers, 43 goals. He made a point saying there was a lot of people that were against Brendan Rodgers' appointment this time last year. And look at it. Look at the stats. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable to see. And the whole persona, Chris Boyd, saying yesterday in the Sky Sports that, Clermont, the Rangers board are behind Clermont more than the Celtic board are behind Rodgers. Hold on a minute. We broke the bank to get a guy in for 11 million. We spent nearly the gust of the 20 million on transfer deadline day. We spent altogether just over 34 million in the transfer window and made 45 million. Yeah, a big chunk of that is Matt O'Reilly, but unbelievable stuff. I think it's getting to the stage where I don't feel nervous going to these derbies the way I used to. I just think it's coming normality, and I never get bored. I never get sick of it. Always beating them is always unbelievable. Seeing them crumble is just unbelievable. The banter years are here, but look at the goals Kyogo scored against them. There's a massive gap. Going the game on Saturday. I forgot Ireland and England are on Saturday. Celtic legends are playing as well against Man U legends at Old Trafford. Do you think Scales will start? I thought Scales was outstanding yesterday. Really, I know a lot of people are still had their doubts about Scales. And, Austin Trusty will get his chance. He was called up to the US squad today as well. It's good to see we have international players there. There's a massive gap. And I'm not trying... a part of me is saying, you know what? The forced battle is done. The war isn't over yet. We're in a great position, 5 points clear, but it's a long season ahead, folks. It's a long season ahead. I know Paddy Power in the pain now already. My prediction, as I said, since last week. I think it's 18 points. We're going to win this league by 18 points. Won't be surprised to be 20 plus. It's just the strength of that midfield. I think with Callum McGregor retiring from Scotland, that takes a lot of pressure off him as well. He can actually rest and look at the goals he's already scored this season. That goal against Hibs, the goal yesterday, was very identical to the one he scored at Easter Road. The goal scoring at Paisley as well against St Mirren. Callum Mack is back to the player he was in Brendan Rodgers' first team. He's getting that attacking style about him, and Rio Tate played really well yesterday, the back four. I seen a picture of Cameron Carter-Vickers in the moon boot. I don't know what the situation is with him. I didn't look into it too much today. As I said, folks, I've been busy all day. That's why there was no post-match reaction yesterday, because I was out all day on like a car bonnet. Yeah, it's good to see numbers good numbers in here, How are you feeling now, Topic Talker? Are you feeling all optimistic? You feeling a bit more relaxed now after the window's closed? You feeling a bit, you can feel positive going into the rest of the season. I understand you were disappointed in certain signings we got in, but as I said to you already, I say this to any fan that doubts certain players coming in through the door, back them. They can only get better or get worse, And I think working under elite manager like Brendan Rodgers, who has the mentality to get in there, work with good young players, develop them, and to become big things. Like the likes of Daniel Kelly and Rockavata, folks, they wanted bigger contracts, and that's why they went off. Simple as. If they don't want to play for the club, they don't want that hunger, they don't have that desire, they don't have that vision, you move players on. Simple as. My focus is on Europe. No, my focus is on everything. My focus is on the bread and butter. Yeah, it'd be great to go on, and you don't be thinking of 8 games. This season is about every game. This season is about winning, beating every team. League Cup, from Falkirk to playing against Borussia Dortmund. Every game is a cup final. Every game's a cup final, because if we don't win that game, you're going to have the likes of 1 or 2 people straight away attacking players, attacking this, attacking that. You need to take every game as a cup final, and don't disrespect the opposition, It's just there. Just seeing that the way they are, it's just like they've lost. I think I'm looking at like Tavernier. I think Tavernier is probably just done up now. He's like, oh, should I just left in the summer? Should I just left? And I seen an interview I was saying yesterday, like an interview popped up in PLZ Soccer, that they're panicking about money. They're massively panicking about money, like, trying to put this new. And Chris Boyd's convinced that like he's full trust in Philly Clermont. You know what the story is with Rangers, folks? Story is they lose the first derby against us, and by October, November, they go on a run after the international break. They lose a couple of games or drop points, and the gap gets bigger and bigger, but maybe 8 or 9 points, and the manager gets sacked. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. And just put comedy goal, because to get him a new contract. It's just the way I'm looking at like this show is not about talking about them. We're talking about the meltdown. Talking about how well we are on the field, off the field, the good feeling about Celtic. You can see like some pundits of, Graham Souness losing the plot, Chris Boyd losing the plot, Super Scoreboard, some of them losing the plot, because they know quite well Aberdeen will probably finish second. Aberdeen are joint toppers at the moment, But it's just weird, because I was doing the stadium tour today, and there was an Aberdeen fan there, and he kept going on about his club and this. I'm like, man, you're at Celtic Park. Give our club a bit of respect. Give Celtic respect. Yes, Aberdeen were a decent team in the 80s, but you don't have to keep going on about the guy was only bleeding 17 or 18. But I'm like, who cares? He's got pumped by us last season. He was like, I was here at the game, maybe we got beaten 6-0. Yeah, because he's a geek. Maybe he'll be better bit this season, but Nisbet coming in, and Morosky going off, and he's got decent fee for him. But Diamande, who cares about Diamande? It's always delightful to watch, It never gets boring. It just gets better and better. It just gets better and better, because yourselves, folks. You may have friends or family members, or people you just work with that are Rangers fans, and you just know going into these derbies, they know 90% of them know that they're going to get pumped the weekend. They know. Like you look at there's a clip on Celt88, good YouTube channel. Shout out to him. He put up a clip of Steely going to Ibrox and going in and watching the game, and they're all celebrating when Kyogo's goal's getting chopped off or offside, and they're giving this, they're giving that. And then what happened? Quick enough, he emptied out, didn't he? And you see the clips of them all like clapping, like, come on, we're going to war, we're gonna be Celtic today, and all this malarkey. And then the reaction when they come back to Ibrox. Look at the reaction. Comedy goal. Paddy Power just literally summed it up. Like he's going on saying that 10 minutes we had good stats for 10 minutes. We played really well. Doesn't matter. Good stats. Goals in the back of the net is the most important thing. Most important thing. You go back to the League Cup final in 2019. They were better that day on the pitch, better stats, had more shots. But at the end of the day, did we win? Yeah, we won because we scored that goal. Same at Ibrox started last season. They look like a better team than us. And then we got the goal from Kyogo, the volley. Goals win, and Kyogo loves a goal against them. And that goal that he scored yesterday, Butland, where's he seen? He's maybe rated a 30 million keeper by them. 30 million. I wouldn't pay 3 million for him. It was good to see Joe Hart back at Celtic Park yesterday. Good to see Joe Hart back. Someone put up a picture on one of the Celtic groups saying, "Oh, Joe Hart has a Guinness in his hand." He doesn't have a Guinness. He has a coffee cup on his phone. I'm like, gee. It's like, you must have been on the Guinness yourself. He will. He'll get time. He'll settle. These guys. We'll see these guys make some contention now. Obviously, we've Hearts, Celtic Park, we've Falkirk. As I said, I'm not trying to disrespect any opposition that we're going against in the league or in the cups, but I think the bar is high now. Bringing them players in is high. The money's in the bank. We're Champions League football, and we did clear out, players in the team and move players on. But I'm quite confident with the squad we have. I'm quite confident. I'm just looking forward to hopefully Adam Ida gets his he's got his scoring boots on soon. Hopefully. But love Big Joe. But Kasper, what say? But Kasper Schmeichel yesterday from Tavernier, by the way, clean sheets. It's just looking easy for him. It's literally a dust in the park for him at the moment. It really is. So there's 75 people tuning in. If you want to jump over to YouTube and subscribe, it'd be really appreciated. If you want to join the membership for 99p, it'd be really appreciated. I'm after getting loads of people to join me, little community of members. So it'd be really appreciated if you could. If you don't have the money, you don't have the money at the end of the day. There's bigger things to be worrying about. Paying the bills, having them, putting food on the table. That's the most important thing. Or just, yeah. I stayed and watched the game yesterday, folks. I went out after it. But what a day. What a day. We are Celtic supporters. Just love Celtic. Hail Dublin. As I said, just tell us in the comments where you're tuning in from, whereabouts in the world. Are you only getting up from Australia, getting up in Australia, waking up in New Zealand? What time would it be in New Zealand now? Don't know. Don't care, to be honest. If you care about my bedtime, that won't be for a while. I agree with you there. Good stuff, Paul. Hope you're doing well. Just want to give a shout out as well to Luke Bailey on Instagram. Won the Mikael Lustig signed jersey today. So thanks to everyone that entered the competition on Instagram. Really appreciate it. We're going to be giving away a Lewis Palmer signed top soon as well in the future. Doing deals with these companies it's great. Just means that I'm giving something back to someone. But we might do it on YouTube. That's the bread and butter. We'll get people to follow these pages as well. We'll see what happens. Boring. That's it. You never know. Nicholas Cole might get called up for Germany soon at this rate. The way he's playing. Played outstanding yesterday. Yeah. Look at the scarf. I'll probably go there. As I said, I don't really go much to games. I'm planning to go to Falkirk in September or this month. So I'm planning to go to Falkirk and then Dundee mid-game. If I try to get a couple of tickets for as well for the not the derby. So you're gonna get tickets for the Champions League. Gold Dust. It hasn't entered yet. It hasn't even been put up on. In the next week or two, I'm gonna have a chat with the company that I'm doing with. I'm gonna see, can we do it on YouTube instead? You know, give people an incentive to come over to YouTube and have a chance of winning it. You know, he was brilliant yesterday. I thought he was outstanding. As I said, give him a new deal. He's only 26 years of age. He's been brilliant for the last 4 years. I was one of the fans that doubted him as a signing, like similar to what Topic Talkers doubted Luke McCown. I dealt with Greg Taylor. I didn't think he was going to be at the level because I had my blue tints on. I was looking at Bangoli coming in, and I didn't. The top Bangoli was overpriced, at the end of the day, and selling Tierney at that time was bound to happen. But I thought Bernardo and McGregor, I thought they were the best players there. You still have to lie. I'm not going to give it away. If you want, I'll put the link in now. I'll just show you now. .co.uk. Hold on. See, can I find this? Club Crest. You can actually get on the Celtic website, I think, as well. There, I'll put it up now for you. Because he ended up putting on the Drum Trapple. My uncle's only up the road for me. He's in Clydebank. Drum Trapple. So there you go, folks. That is the LED light I have there. That's it there. It's massive. It's the plug on it is it's kind of like the it's kind of like a laptop plug. But I'd recommend, if you have a tin cave or for the wee one or whatever for the room, get one, folks. Class, absolutely class. £85. Unbelievable. No, I didn't pay the £85. I've done a deal with a company, but when you only bring them out, but yeah, it's good. There it's there. Class, absolutely class. He does customize ones as well. But he has a contract with Celtic official merchandise. So yeah, don't think the Jays will turn up at all. I think they're going to struggle to even finish third this season. To be honest, I think, as I said, financially there's a big gap. On the field there's a gap. They missed out. They didn't really say missed out. They got smashed in the Champions League qualifications. The 55 title is coming to Parkhead, this trophy staying at Paradise, and we'll be crowned 55. Every single player for us yesterday were outstanding. Bernardo, man of the match. Bernardo, that's the thing. I know a lot of people have their ifs and their buts about Bernardo, but as I said, let him do the talking on the pitch. There's a player there. There's a player there. You need to get behind these players, folks. There's no reason for you not to get behind these players. We're unbeaten this season. We're on a flyer. There shouldn't be need for any negativity talk. I always understand there's always one or two people that like to express their emotions, and that's okay, but there's no reason to be negative. We should be on a high. That trend should be going up and up and up, But yeah, we could go unbeaten, but I'm not thinking that far ahead. I just think of every game as a cup final, That's it. So it's good to see loads of numbers on tonight. As I said, the main purpose is just to get people subscribing to the channel. Took this picture earlier on. I was at Celtic Park in the dressing room. Unbelievable. Absolutely class. The new dressing room. Well, it was the same dressing room. Took this earlier on as well. Do you know what I realised? See the carpet there? The carpet is the design that's on the round neck on our home jersey. So yeah. Had someone leaving a cheeky comment on the channel saying, "Oh, you actually know what Celtic Park looks like?" Yeah, I do look like I know what it looks like. I've been there about 45 times for games. Don't need to go every week to prove that I'm a Celtic fan. Do enough work, posting stuff and putting stuff up. just hate people like that. Petty stuff, petty stuff. You know, haters be haters. People don't like me seeing me doing well. I'm going to keep going up and up. It's simple as that. You know, I'm not here to compare myself to other people. I know where this channel is going. It's going to get better and better. Takes time. Takes time. As I said, we're getting there slowly. Good things come to those who wait. Paul, what's the crack? There's a guy I met after one of the Celtic games on the train one night. How are you getting on, Paul? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. That's it. Don't mind Dessers. That's it. Like, as I said, we have a good whack at this Champions League. I understand fans are saying I'm focused on Europe, but like, you can't just focus on Europe. You need to focus on everything. Like, and I know people say, "Oh, the league will take care of itself." No, it won't take care of itself. You have to win games and have the right mentality. And we have leaders in that pit on that pitch. We have players that are hungry. You know, it's not. You know, look at James Forrest, 500 appearances for Celtic yesterday. What an achievement. What an absolute legend of a guy, you know. How's it going, Danny? Hope you're well. Oh, see another podcast, by the way, Danny. Hope you're doing well. How can we prepare seriously for Europe with this type of opposition? It's a good point. It is a good point. Because you are raising, like, you're going to a different level with the Champions League. Different level. As I said, we're going to be playing against teams that have a lot of experience. We're playing against teams that, you know, got to a Champions League final last season, a team that won the Europa League. Like, these are difficult games, folks. Like, people expecting us to go out and, you know, maybe put 2 or 3 past Club Bruges and stuff. Belgian football's on the way up. Don't take these teams for granted. Yes, we are the favourites, but this new Champions League format will judge Celtic and judge Rodgers in his term at Celtic. I know he has another season left, but he needs to get that kind of reputation, as you know, like the Gordon Strachan reputation, where we have a bunch of players that need to be, you know, take a game to the opposition, be ruthless. Let's get back to them last minute winners in Champions League nights. Let's get back to you know, as I said, we all love our team to do well in the biggest competition in club football, but you don't want Celtic Park being just famous for their Champions League raw or their phenomenal atmosphere. You want to win games. It's about winning games. It's about making a statement, you know. We won this trophy in the past, and never know, we might win it again in the future. Don't know, 50 years, or you never know. Football's a strange thing. But you just need to go out and start winning games in the Champions League and start making a point and start making Celtic Park a fortress again. Simple as. It's, you know, no hard games. You know, all the games are hard. All the games are hard. Like, yes, we didn't get Real Madrid's and Man City's and Liverpool's, but come on, every game is always going to be hard. We're going to be favourites at home, 100% against Club Bruges, Bratislava, Young Boys, Red Bull. Honestly, I think we will beat Red Bull, but they're a difficult team. You done well against us in the Champions League 2 years ago. You know, we learned from them. It's all about experience with the lads. It's all about getting. Callum McGregor is now 31 years of age. He's had that experience of learning under Bruni, playing in the Champions League nights. And the tour guide today, Des, he was a phenomenal tour guide at Celtic Park. Really, really good encyclopedia about the club. Phenomenal. And he was asking the usual, like, where's everyone from? I just sat back in the chairs in the back because I was like, oh my God, I'm soaking after getting drenched. And there was 2 German guys there, and he was talking about, you know, Bayern Munich, you know. That night we played Munich and Callum McGregor scored that night. We were unlucky that night, you know. And there was a guy there from Montpellier, and he was like, oh, we've only ever had one Celtic player that had played for Montpellier and Celtic, and it was Christopher Julian. And then the French guy said, no, there's been another player, Didier Agat. I was like, oh, Didier Agat. He was fast. Didier Agat, one of the best bargains Celtic ever got, you know. Who are you kidding? That's it. There's, like, people need to understand there's no easy games in the Champions League. As I said, you go back to that Anderlecht game and people are expecting us to, you know, steamroll that, you know. Don't tell him you're from Cork. I didn't even tell him where I was from. I just sat there, and when everybody started clearing the bit up, I started getting pictures. I was only there in April. Done the stadium tour in April. It's good to see the new dressing room, and they're at to put new chairs in all the executive section as well, and they're doing the tunnel up as well. Couldn't go down the tunnel. They're starting to touch up the place, which is good. I mean, to hit the microphone there. He's just scaring of myself. Thanks very much for the new membership, the OGLT 99p membership, folks. As I said, if you don't have the money, don't donate. Simple as. Keep your money for other stuff. Hope it's well. I need to go on for now and catch you in the next one. 100%. Everyone's more welcome in, regardless. At the end of the day, what I'm finding weird is in the last 2 years, right, you don't get many of them coming in anymore, many Sevco fans, because they just know they've been battered. They just know that this is just a normality now. And I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to the 2nd January. I'm looking forward to, even though the fans won't be in the stadium, our fans, I'm looking forward to beating them and, really, really putting salt into the wounds, really rubbing it in. Look at Chris Boyd. Chris Sutton was like the Chris Boyd yesterday. I'll give you a hug out in the car park, and Chris Boyd's like, I don't want to see you. Like, it's poor Chris Boyd, eh? Poor Chris Boyd. I say it's hard getting up on a derby morning. He likes to call it an Old Firm morning. Getting up, putting them clothes on, going to Celtic Park, getting a bit of banter stick, sitting in that pundit box with Stilian Petrov, who's an absolute winner, who played in the European final for Celtic. I think Boyd as well. No, but the Boyd played in the European final for Rangers now. Manchester, was he? Well, they got smashed by Zen anyway. Oh, sorry, that's the All Rangers. Apologies. But they died since 2012. But it's just, I understand people say, would you put them on your channel? Would you keep putting the videos on? Because it never gets boring. It never gets boring. People love seeing them, being angry about his team, angry about how he thinks that they're going to stop Celtic one day. They're going to be victorious. They're the mighty Glasgow Rangers, all this bullshit, It's all fun. But 86 people tuning in tonight. As I said, just comment below where you're tuning in, Yeah. Graham Souness, if you haven't seen the interview with TalkSport with Jim White and Simon Jordan, please watch it. Please watch it. It is comedy central. And he says there's not a big gap. There's a gap, but not a big gap. It's only 5 points. It's only 5 points for the time being, folks. But it could be 15 points by February. By March, it could be 18 points. I honestly think we're going to do. I'm not trying to be cocky here. I'm being honest. I'm looking at the reality of yesterday. I'm looking at the last 3 years of the fall of Gio, the fall of Michael Beale, the fall of Clement. Look at five chances of beating Brendan Rodgers. Like they were going on when they won the League Cup that they're going to do the treble. They're going to stop us. He's the next big thing. He's going to bring big success. Yeah, well, I'd like to see that. But it was great. It was great to see Luke McCown's family video coming on yesterday. Fantastic to see. I thought he played well when he came on. Arnie Ingles played all right. Yeah. I hope we see Alex Valley in the. But this is the good thing about the international break. You get these lads that haven't been called up for international football, and Arnie Ingles will be going to play, maybe make his competitive debut for Belgium now, being called up for the first time. These boys will go off, and I think just make a statement as well. Luke McCown getting into that Champions League team, getting minutes under the belt. Steve Clark will be licking his lips and saying, you know what? Yes, Callum McGregor is moved on, but maybe this has opened the door for Luke McCown. Look at that Scottish midfield is something else, but they need to turn up as a team. And Scott McTominay, Billy Gilmore, Ryan Christie, you know, Stuart Armstrong. They have really decent midfield, and Mister Luke McCown might get into that midfield. Mark my words, I think I think he'd be called up for that Scotland squad by March next year. By March, I honestly believe it. So I'm gonna play a clip. Play the clip that was on earlier on. I'm not putting up the videos of the Ibrox meltdown because there's a lot of swearing in them, a lot of swearing, and it's horrific scenes. I'd hate to be a Sevco man, a Sevco player coming out of them doors and literally look like you're about to get attacked by fans. Tavernier like, but the big house must stay open. The big house is closed at the moment, so I'm gonna put this clip on. It's not even. I haven't even uploaded it. 2 seconds. I have to upload it again. 2 seconds. Typical. I'm gonna put the thing on mute as well.
Don't you think that they need the Champions League's money here? I think so. I think they need that. I think that's a good answer, isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry about that, folks. I was trying to upload a video for you tonight, but it's not letting me upload on me phone, so that's why the stream went quiet. I'm back. Did you like the picture I done? I made this picture up literally before I came on. So Brendan Rodgers is obviously pointing at the players or whatever. And I decided, I just said, let's put Voldemort there. It looks like he's poking his ear. Obviously that picture of Kyogo's from yesterday. Chris Boyd's an old picture, but like that's just a regular occurrence of him. So yeah, it's been pretty good picture, good stuff. I'll try to do a lot of podcasts over the next couple of days. I'm off work until Thursday, so I'll probably do one tomorrow night and probably do one the day after. I don't know. There's not a lot to talk about. Obviously the transfer window's done. You can only look forward to the future. I might do one talk about my throwback games and stuff like that. I might do a rating player stuff like that and do predictions on how many goals I think this player was due, how many assists will be, kind of that kind of stuff. We'll see. We'll see. That's it. It's a good picture, isn't it? Nowhere near, nowhere near. But yeah, it's, as I said, really comprehensive performance yesterday. As I said, when I went on live yesterday, I said there's 15% of doubt in me, but they don't know how to beat us at Celtic Park anymore. As I said, Voldemort doesn't know how to beat Brendan Rodgers. Like, they were celebrating a 3-0 draw against us, like they won the World Cup at the start of this year. So, do you think we get the old Kyogo back? I think he's back. I think he's back to that player. I honestly think he's back to that player. It's a different system from what he worked on the hand. But look at the goals, Elton. Look at the goals. He's been scoring this season as well. So, but yeah. So that's a situation there. Kyogo's first goal of the season was worth the wait. Exactly. It not all strikers hit the ground running. So sometimes, as I said, form is temporary, class is permanent, and Kyogo has that class product about him. He's a big game player, and I think a lot of fans knew yesterday, going into the game, that you start Kyogo. Adamita's goal will come. Adamita will score. Just be patient, folks. Don't be on his back if he doesn't score because the price tag's on his head. Just have a bit of patience. He's now going to be international duty with Ireland, and hopefully he might score against England the weekend. Liam Scales might play as well, but just be patient with these players, right? He was excellent yesterday. His nickel play was unbelievable. I thought Alistair Johnson was outstanding as well. That's it. That fin. That's what I'm going to say. Just what was the better goal? The goal at Ibrox, the volley, the goal in the New Year derby, the goal he scored in the goal for the Jockstein stand, or it went to the top right corner, or the one yesterday. What do you think was a better goal Kyogo has scored in recent derbies? I know what people are going to say, all of them, but you have to pick one particular particular goal. Is it the one at Ibrox, the volley? Is it the one yesterday, or is it the one in New Year's? That one in New Year's was just an absolute belter. The way he just bent in the corner. Same with the one yesterday, into the far corner, That doesn't matter anyway, For me yesterday, is it because it's new, it's only fresh, because it gives you the emotions, New Year game. Do you know what? I think the Ibrox one, I just think, we weren't playing well in that game. I just think the way he took that ball and he smashed it, the way he connected the volley. Look at it. The one in New Year's was remarkable. Class goal outside the box as well. Either way, the ball goes in the back of the net. We go absolutely mad. Yeah, the Bernardo one was class as well. Or the Bernardo's goal was good as well. I know you're saying he didn't put foot wrong yesterday. This one, because he was off form, ribbled into the top bin, outside the box, Butland on form. Well, that's it. They're still celebrating. They beat Ross County 6-0. I don't know if he's just seen the interview. He's still going on. That's the biggest win they've had in 4 years. Biggest win in 4 years. Did they not do a run in Europe where they failed? Eintracht Frankfurt, it's bad for Sevco when they reduced to saying we were better for 10 minutes. I know. I just couldn't believe it. Like, as I said, I was out drinking yesterday. I didn't really get to look at post-match reaction YouTube channels. I took it all in tonight, and I was just like, Comedy Central, sitting there in stitches laughing, stitches laughing. I had 20 quid on us to win 4-0. Kyogo, first goal. Kyogo onside. No. Yeah. Job beaten. Terrible performance as usual, But what about Colin McGregor's goal yesterday? It's just getting better and better. Even like just the performance is just striding that pitch like a Callum McGregor of 2016. He's just really up for it. Really up for it. It reminded me of Callum McGregor when he came back from the face injury. He picked up against Alloa in the cup, and he came back for that midweek game when we went top of the league. It just had that mentality of Callum McGregor. He was absolutely outstanding from back to front. It was just proper box to box midfielder, and I think we'll have a player there to replace him. I think Luke McCown could be the next Callum McGregor. Time will tell. As I said already in the channel, he could be Scott Allen. He might fail, and I don't think he will fail. I think he's a Celtic fan. He's going to have that hunger, determination. You see him at full time yesterday. Rogers chatting to him for a few minutes. I think he'll go. As I said on this channel, I don't want to sound like I'm a parrot in the cage talking about the same stuff, but he's going to get better. Being in a better team with better players, the only way you can get is to go better. So see what happens. Meltdowns are a comedy gold. It'd be meltdowns all week. I seen a clip in Super Scoreboard that there's a guy who's like, I'm 38 years of age, and I don't know, it's gonna be a long, long time till Rangers win the league again. I'm getting sick of this. Ring around. It's just they're hurting really bad, and it's just that head is gonna be down. They're talking about protests, they're talking about this and talk about that. They were bragging on about getting players in at the start of the window. And this is what I'm going to say to Celtic fans, right? When I was doing these podcasts in the summer, even 6 weeks ago, people were moaning on the podcast that, they're doing business across, they're doing business. You're doing business there. It doesn't mean you're going to guarantee success for that upcoming season. You have to remember that. As I said to you already, folks, it's a patience game. It's a patience game. Patience game. 10 days ago, I sat down in a podcast talking about we'll get players in by the end of transfer. And a lot of you were like, no, we won't. Don't have faith in the board. Don't do this. Don't do that. Patience. Good thing comes to those who wait, And I'm pretty happy with the recruitment. I'm pretty happy with, I'm not happy that we don't have a head of scouting. I'm not happy that we don't have that director of football. I think that's an area that we should be working on. I think we should have that better structure there. I feel, and this whole malarkey of Chris Boyd saying that Brendan Rodgers doesn't have that authority. Chris Boyd, of course, he's breaking the bank. He knows that stakes are high. He's prompted us so many times in press conferences that, you need to add that bit of quality. And, Arnie Ingles could be that quality in the Champions League games. He has experience of playing against Dortmund as well. It's exciting times, folks. Exciting times being a Celtic fan. And, there's no point to being, as I said earlier, there's no point moaning about it. There's nothing to moan about. We're in a great place. We've got a good keeper in. He hasn't conceded in the league yet. We've only conceded 1 goal so far. We're 5 points clear. Joint top Aberdeen. But, men versus sheep. We have a balanced squad of 26 players, it's, you have to look at, we're miles ahead of them. We're miles ahead of any team, and we'll see. Bring the Karl mask back. You never bring it back. That was something else. That mask was class. Aberdeen can keep us company till Christmas. When are we actually playing Aberdeen? Just want to have a look now. When are we playing Aberdeen? Let me see. Let's have a look. Fixtures. Let's see. So Hearts on the 14th of... Let's put this up. Let's have a look at Celtic's fixture list. 19th of October. Oh, yeah, I'm planning to go to that game. Jesus, why should I have known that? I'm planning to go to that game because I'll be here that weekend. So 19th of October. This is our fixtures, right? Hearts on the Saturday. Then on a Wednesday, Slavia Bratislava. Then Falkirk. Then St. Johnstone away. Oh, hammer St. Johnstone. I think we'll hammer folk here. This is when we start bringing players in, like, like Alex Valle, give him a run, Plaida, Sensalo, start Luke McCown, start, bring in. You have to see what happens with the international break. This is the thing about the international break is you're afraid that players are going to come back injured, representing their countries. But big game. I wonder what the Never Walk Alone is going to be like for a Borussia Dortmund game. Aberdeen on the 19th, So, yeah. So, it'll be interesting. When are they actually playing them? Aberdeen. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Aberdeen's fixtures. I know it's a Celtic channel, but why not? So, they're playing them on the 30th of... They're playing them midweek on the 30th of October. So, Aberdeen will home at Pittodrie against Rangers. They have a difficult month ahead of them in October. Aberdeen have Hearts at home. Then they have us away. Then Dundee United at home. And then they have Rangers at home. And then after that, they have Hibs. Hibs away. Difficult for Aberdeen, but yeah. Best ever Callum McGregor goal ever. I love the goal he scored against Zenit. Unbelievable. That goal was remarkable in the Europa League. I love the goal he scored. I love the goal he scored against them in the Cup semi-final. He kind of went into the corner, far left corner. It's been some really big goals, really big goals. The one yesterday was phenomenal as well. It's hard to pick one. It really is hard to pick one. Really hard to pick the best Callum McGregor goal. You can't say his first goal was a good goal as well against Reykjavik. The goal against Bayern Munich was remarkable as well. Some really good goals for Callum McGregor. I think it's 65 goals now he has, or 66 goals for Celtic. So, yeah. I don't remember them now. That was before my time. How's it going, Fiona? Hope you're well. Great to see them doing well. They be striving for second. Yeah. How's it going, Jason? Hope you're doing well. Celtic this season, we look so strong in every position. It's good to see Big Joe giving the players a cheer after the game. It's good to see Joe back at Celtic Park. I'm sure he was buzzing in that car to get up. I'm glad that Ingles has been called up for Belgium. I wish he was used this week, this international week, to gel, but it is what it is. Belgium are cracking side. I know they didn't do too well in the last Euros, but there's some really good players in that Belgium side. Kevin De Bruyne and stuff like that. So you'll get the experience there. Is Boyata still play for them, Belgium? Dundee will beat them in 2 weeks' time. The goal against Motherwell in the cup final was remarkable. Cracking goal, absolute cracking. That was for the double treble. I remember, double treble. Was it 3-0 that day we won? Was it 3-0 we won? And the Charm scored as well. Who scored the first goal? Was it Dembele? Dembele scored a penalty that day. Thoughts on Rovers Conference League draw? I don't really watch much Irish football, but look, I wish any Irish team the best in European football. They might do well. Decent teams they're going to be against, but hopefully they'll do well for Irish football and hopefully get a few decent 6 big games for Rovers. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I seen they got Larne. Yeah, Larne beat Red Imps to Gibraltar. I seen so it'll be a decent game. It will be a decent game. Yeah, I've seen that. So it'll be a good game. Is that up in Larne? Is it that Yeah, like any team that get in. Look at St. Pat's were unlucky not to get into the Conference League as well, getting beaten by Istanbul away over in Turkey. It was a 2-0. But look, I'm delighted for Irish football. It's starting to get bigger. Like you see more of the crowds, the attendances and stuff like that. And I was at a game last season with me mate. Went to see St. Pat's and Dundalk. I was actually at a Dublin derby, Bows and Rovers, but it was the girls' league in Dalymount. So I don't support anyone in the League of Ireland. I don't have a affiliation with any club. I'm just glad to see teams are doing well and starting to get bigger attendances. And it's a market as well where Irish players are starting to move over. And you see, look at the likes of that guy that played for St. Pat's. He signed for Indonesia and also, big players, big moves. People talk the piss out of the Conference League has been fantastic for Irish clubs. I think it's a good look at, at the end of the day, the Conference League is designed for teams that are in a lower rank in UEFA coefficient to give them the experience of playing in European games away. Give them the experience of the fans to taste it, gives them experience of, getting more fans aside as well. Like as I said, it's good. It's good in that aspect. I'll keep an eye out on Shamrock Rovers in the Europa League, and hopefully they hammer Larne as well. Hopefully they do. Hopefully, you never know. In Chelsea, you never know. That's why I say Celtic should buy Shamrock Rovers. Key pathways to European football, good competitively scrap. We'll see what happens. See what happens. But I don't think, like, I know Dermot Desmond has a connection there with Shamrock Rovers. He was filming in the. Oh, that guy. He was in Inglorious B. Yeah. Like the jump on Roberts. That's it. Look at Liam Scales. Liam Scales jumped from Shamrock. Look at Liam Scales was playing out for UCD. Then got that move to the Rovers, and then he got the move to Celtic. And yeah, it didn't really work out the start for Celtic. I know he scored against Dundee away, and then he got on loan. He was sent on loan to Aberdeen 2 seasons ago, and he stride up there and came back in. And you have to give Liam Scales the credit. He's worked his socks off. And yeah, every player has a bad day, but I hate when fans just dwell on one bad performance and think that that's the end of that player. Like you need to back these players. Like they're in a team of winners. Like that's why they have players around them to pull them up, take them back up, pull them by the neck, and say, you know what, that was a bad pass. Let's have a better pass. Let's never do that again, and learn from it. They're human beings, folks. They're human beings. People make mistakes, Yeah, he does. He speaks Osquelga. He does indeed. I need to start speaking more of it. I need to start learning more of it. My 2 little girls go to an Osquelga school. Unfortunately, I don't foundation Irish and skills, so that just says enough as it is. It's too hard. It's like when you say the Irish Gaelic is like in the top 5 hardest languages in the world to learn. I think Liam Scales will also at Catholic United. Did you get drenched in Guinness, Keith? I went to see Shay Doolan play in Malone's yesterday. I had a couple of Guinnesses. I ended up having some of that Black Heart stuff as well, Brewdog. I poured a can, right? I done the whole malarkey thing that people are saying. Yeah. But yeah. I don't even know now. I don't even know what that means. You're gonna have to translate it to me. But I went to see Shay play, and then I went to the Brazen for a few drinks, and yeah, felt rough. Rubbed his socks off. Taylor did, definitely 100%. So 72 people tuning. I'm gonna jump off in 5 minutes time, folks. As I said, thanks very much for the new membership. I really appreciate the support these are all giving me. But do Linfield have a connection with Celtic? Yeah, Linfield are from around Ardoyne. There's a connection there because there's a lot of Linfield fans that will have a love for Celtic, and they'll travel over from Belfast and stuff. Yeah, that's why we played them back in 2013 or 2014 in Belfast in the Champions League qualifiers. I think it was round 1 or round 2 or something like that. But yeah, Cliftonville. Yeah. Did I say Linfield? Cliftonville, sorry. Jesus Christ, not Linfield. We did play Linfield though in the 2017 Champions League qualifiers. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I got confused there for a minute. I was like, but yeah. We played them. Remember, we only got like about 250 Celtic fans into Windsor Park for that. And I think Tom Rogic scored, Lee Griffith scored, and Sinclair scored that day. It was on a Friday around 5 o'clock, if I'm correct. And then we absolutely hammered them in Celtic Park. I think it was 5-0 or something, 4 or 5-0. But yeah, regardless to Cliftonville, the other team, Cliftonville, Samara scored against them. James Forrest scored against them, I think. I think Lustig actually scored against them away in Belfast as well. Yeah, look, lads, I'm being hungover. I can't believe I just compared. I can't believe I got confused with two teams there from Belfast. Things happen by mistake, No, I was just thinking that to myself. They stay off that Guinness gate. But I made up for it. The memory ticked in, and yeah, ticked in, and I refreshed my mind. Don't shoot the messenger, folks. I'm at the losing 10 people already. I'll be getting unsubscribed and all. Yeah. So Cliftonville, there's a connection there. They play in an Astro pitch as well. We've actually never been in their stadium. Never been to any stadium in Belfast. They're meant to be doing Casement Park up for the Euros as well. What's this about Carter Vickers? Carter Vickers has a couple of weeks to recover. Yeah, look, Vickers will be fine. And if Vickers is not fine, let him recover, and we'll bring Austin Trusty in there with Scalzi. Yeah, bring Austin Trusty in. So we'll see what happens there with Trusty. Hopefully he'll get stick. As I said, 26 years of age, 6'3". He's been called up again for the US squad. We're making his third cap for America. Yeah, we played about him. Played 2013 and then played Linfield then in the 16-17 season. A rainy day in Windsor Park. They were told, Celtic fans were told for security reasons not to go to the games, and I think we got about 450 fans in behind the goal. So yeah. Guinness is filled, so you're okay. A liquid lunch, a liquid dessert. So yeah, 65 people tuning in. Jerdine Quinn, Joe, Lena, Charles, Elaine, Diane, Anne Marie. Yeah. And how do you do? They absolutely hate each other. Of course. As I said, I make mistakes. I know who Cliftonville are. They have a shamrock on their crest. They wear red and white. They're sponsored by O'Neill's as well, as far as I remember. Yeah. They have like one of the most weirdest names of stadiums as well, I think. But yeah, go on the boys. I don't have any love for any Irish teams. I'm glad Shamrock Rovers are in the Europa League, and it will boost the standard of, especially the Irish coefficient as well for UEFA. If Rovers get a couple of results against these teams, hopefully the hammer learn. Yeah, see what happens. Right, folks, I am jumping off. It's been a full hour. Thanks very much for everyone tuning in. Thanks very much as well for the birthday wishes over the last couple of days. I know it was today, my big birthday, big 34. And I'll see if I get back on tomorrow night. I'll see what the crack is. If not, I'll do a short video. I might be on tomorrow day, actually, because I'm off for a few days. So thanks very much to everyone tuning in tonight on Facebook and YouTube. And as I said, all I'm asking is subscribe to the channel if you can. And give me a good slán. I'm off to my labba. So good night.